WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have a Fettercairn single cask from the Secret Treasures. Alright, this is Whiskybase number 114993. This was distilled 2008. It was bottled 2017. So where has this bottle been all the time? It's a 9-year-old bourbon cask, single cask, cask number 9875. 309 bottles, 46%. The information that is missing on the bottle is natural color and non-chilled filtered. Unfortunately, it's not there. We do have something that I found out that was kind of cool. Oh, before we come to that, we're going to talk about the price. I bought this bottle for about 42 euros in the Netherlands online. At the moment, it's going for 52 euros there at Drankdozijn. .nl, which is a little bit too expensive for my tastes. So the Secret Treasures, it's at the top here, it's also here at the top, and I was like, huh? Secret Treasures? Never heard of them. So went online, found out that they belong to the so-called Haromex Development Group Limited, based in the Netherlands. They also have here subsidiaries in Belgium and also in Germany. So they have a Daluin from 92, which I might actually like to try. They have a Milton Duff from 2007. They have an Ockintosh in 1991, which is looks like snow. It's so white, it's absolutely almost transparent. There's a Buna 2001 and a Tamdu from 2008. That's their independent bottle brand. So under our own brand, the Secret Treasures, we present some single barrel bottlings, which are undoubtedly different from other barrel bottlers. All right, so what do we have here? We have a company. Haromex is actually, development is a company which specializes in duty-free trade and especially as a supplier to the armed forces. So over here in Europe, we have NATO, we have the Dutch army, we have the Belgian army, we have the German army, and what they do, Haromex, for over 25 years now, is they actually provide whiskey and other spirits. They have over 4,000 products in their portfolio, from rum, whiskey, gin, vodka, cognac, brandies and bitters, to the armed forces, which I thought was really, really cool. And so some of these maybe make it into the typical retail. Oh, I'm sorry, it was German, Netherlands, and Austria, not Belgium. My mistake. They're in Innsbruck, they're in Germany in Brücken, and in Netherlands, they're in Roermond. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly or not. So what should I compare it to, people? I'm going to compare it to something I've never had in my glass before, which is a Fettercairn 12, until today at least. I did my German video, and I tried it for the very, very first time. Now, I must admit, I do like the bottle design. If I were to go into a liquor shop, and I saw this, and maybe a local dealer, maybe a sales representative came up to me, and I was looking at it, they said, oh, this is a very good choice. This is a single barrel, it's Fettercairn, which is not very normal. If it's a gift for someone, I can guarantee you they don't have it, and so on and so on and so on. And it's actually not that expensive. It's under 45 euros. Bam, thank you. That's what I would have went for, and I would have bought, because hey, if I'm giving a gift, I want to give someone something that first of all tastes good, and second of all is hopefully something he's never had before, or she in that case. Fettercairn 12-year-old, I also very much like from the packaging as well as from the bottle design. I must admit, the redesign really, really appeals to me. The way the box is also here with the colors, the design of the bottle. So what I do not like, it's 40%, and what I do not like is it says on the side of the box actually with artificial coloring. And it's always because of to have a uniform coloring in their bottles. Yeah. All right, White and McKay, why not? You can do that if you want. So, the distillery history, really, really quick. 1823 was an important date in Scottish single malt history because of the excise tax or excise act. Glenlivet was the first one, and the second distillery was Fettercairn. So it was founded in 1824 by Sir Alexander Ramsay, and he ran into a little bit of a financial problems a few years later and was forced to sell the distillery to Sir John Gladstone in 1830. I like the Sirs. The Gladstone family ran Fettercairn up until 1926. World War II, as well as Prohibition, basically broke their necks. And it was mothballed, and then the Association of Scottish Distillers Limited bought the distillery and restarted production back in 1939. So Fettercairn is currently owned by White and Mackay, who acquired the distillery in 1973. And here we only have 309 bottles of this 9-year-old Secret Treasures from 2008 were bottled or released. If you take a look at the history of White and Mackay, you're going to kind of throw your hands over your head and go, it's amazing what they went through, how many different companies have bought them over the last couple decades, and it's just a mess trying to figure that out. But the Fettercairn history is okay. The important thing about Fettercairn is they actually put some water on the outside of their stills in order to cool them. I'm not really sure if it's a marketing gag or if it really works, but they're the only ones that do it, and it's a fairly unique USP, a unique selling proposition here. All right, going to the nose. I get a lot of fruit. I get a tropical fruit moment here, a little bit of mango, a little bit of pineapple, tiny little bit of a cinnamon moment. I get some nice barley sugars and some wood spice, some oak spice here. That was a good cask, by the way. 9 years is usually not a lot. Someone added water along the lines. It probably went into the cask around 63.5%, maybe even more. And to get the 309 bottles out of a bourbon cask, not that much water needs to be added. That's about 210 liters from a 200-liter barrel possible. Okay. Very good, very good. This is going to be a C+ whiskey probably. Going over to the Fettercairn 12 year, the very important thing at the beginning is, like, is there anything in my glass? Well, yes, but I don't smell it. I didn't show the color because this is with color added. I have no idea if color was added here. This is chill filtrated, 40%. I have no idea. So if Secret Treasures would think about adding the natural color and the non-chill filtered on the label, that would be much appreciated. Imported by is a registered brand, blah, 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 blah. Nope, no information whatsoever. This is just a generic box that they can use with all of their products. I really need to get in the glass. I really need to give a little bit of time in the glass. I need to have more surface area ratio than I get the Fettercairn here. Also, yeah, I get a light tropical fruit. More of a darker fruit with a lot more honey moment. Oh yeah. Oh, my favorite moment here, all right? So there's tasting notes in the back of this box, and I love this one, the color. They add coloring to this, and the color is, according to this, sunlight. Oh, yeah. I'm sure everyone who knows a little bit about science knows sunlight has a great color. All right. Color is sunlight and maybe amber honey. I'm going to let the amber honey go. I'm going to let that just slip through there, but sunlight. Have you had anyone else use sunlight as part of their tasting notes, either for the color or for the taste? What does sunlight taste like? What does sunlight look like? And so on. I tickled my heart to read sunlight here. All right, let's try these 46 versus 40%. Cheers. A fairly good whiskey. There's a lot more wood going on here. It's not old yucky wood. It's actually a little bit of astringency, a little bit of that oak spice is going on here. I think they took that out of the barrel about right time. I have no idea what it tasted like as cask strength. I would have preferred that, of course. That is actually a fairly good dram. I'm going to give it a C plus. Value for money, I'm going to give it a C to C minus. C minus because it's at 55 at the moment, and C if it's at the 42 at the moment, which I bought it for. This is something I can recommend. Now, I don't know how many of you have access to this bottle. Remember, WhiskyJason, whiskey from the viewpoint of American and Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. 309 bottles available of this. Bottled 2019. It's 2019. It's 2017. I'm sorry. It's been around for a while and still available at least in 3 different shops. Musthavemalts.com, whiskysite.nl, World of Fine Spirits, and drankdozijn.nl, all in the Netherlands, all for about 42 to 48 euros here. I can highly recommend it. Go for it. The rest of us in the rest of the world that do not have access to any online shops in the Netherlands, so sorry. Now, if you're a Fettercairn fanatic, I have some friends that love Fettercairn at the moment. This is one of the bottles I think you should have to buy. I bought it. Why? I was in the site buying something else from Drankdozijn, and it was the sale of the week, and I was like, it's Fettercairn, single cat, why not? It's not that expensive. Come on, have a nice video, have a nice bottle share, and everyone's happy. And I must admit, not disappointed. Now, Fettercairn can be very good, and sometimes Fettercairn, especially the single cask, independent bottled editions, can be terrible. Can really, really be. It's just like, I'm going to spit it out, and I'm not going to drink any more of this. So be careful with independent bottles of Fettercairn. Sometimes magnificent, sometimes horrific. And that's always try before you buy. In this case, I tried it. It has my stamp of approval. Go for it. Now, the Fettercairn 12, on the other hand, now this is in Germany about 40 euros, on sale often for about 33, 32, maybe even less sometimes. This is actually not a bad buy for that money. A lot of honey. Then there's that moment of, oh, wait a second, there's some old casks in here which are not good. And then it goes back up and it says, oh, a little bit of honey, a little bit of barley sweetness, a little bit of a interesting light moment of exotic fruits. So let's see what this says here. It says, refreshing nectarine and tropical fruit with a subtle roasted coffee, clove, and ginger, a mineral finish of sultanas and black toffee. I've never had black toffee. All right, not bad, not bad. For a 12-year-old, I'm going to actually have to taste the 12-year-old here, compare it to something else that's 12-year-olds at that similar price point, and see what this is like. Okay, question of the day. What is your favorite Fettercairn? They did a rebranding recently. There are a couple different things out there on the market. There's the 12, there's a 22, there's a 23, there's a 28, 550 euros. There's some independent bottlers from Fettercairn, and there's actually what my favorite at the moment was. My video came out just a few weeks ago. Fettercairn Warehouse Number 2, Batch 1. I think that concept of Fettercairn is great, and only one dealer or online retailer at the moment has it in combination with the Fettercairn 12. So it's 128 euros to buy the two of them. Why not? People are doing bundles more and more. Here's something fantastic and here's something cheap I can't get rid of. Put them together and you get to have both. Yay! Also, that could be a question that I have of the day. Bundles. Is it a blessing or is it a curse? And give me an example of some of the bundles you've seen out there. All right, WhiskyJason, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American. I'm giving this a C+, giving it a C for a value for money, or a C minus. You have to pay over 50 euros. I liked it. And what is your favorite Fettercairn? And what do you think about bundles? Like, subscribe, and tell others. Share this video if you would be so kind. And if you have any friends in the Netherlands that want to buy an interesting bottle of Fettercairn, give them a call, contact them, and say, hey, WhiskyJason approved. All the best. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.